Here is part 5 of how I became the Scrapman. The year is 2006, and it started off very eventfully with an exhibition at the Liverpool Academy of Arts once again. It was an exhibition about umbrellas and parasols. I can remember making a very large umbrella with cats and dogs on it, as in raining cats and dogs. The exhibition was quite amazing in so many ways, because the Liverpool comedian Ken Dodd actually came along and opened the exhibition. And I remember sitting talking with Ken. I had my daughter with me at the time, and my daughter said to Ken, she said, "My dad is the one who makes the metal sculptures." And she was so impressed when he said, "Yes, I know he is." Then he went on to ask her if she had a boyfriend, to which she said no. And he said, "Well, when you get one, make sure to bring him to your dad, because dads like to vet boyfriends." He says, "And do you know what vets do?" Which went completely over the head, but it was a great time. Ken was a lovely guy, very, very funny. He opened the show with a half hour of his own unique brand of comedy, which had all the people there rolling about. Lovely man who will be sadly missed. Sadly missed, I'm sure. Following that exhibition, there was a workshop at Easter at the O'Keldra Centre. It was very, very interesting again there, because one of the pilots from RAF Valley came along from the Monday to Wednesday to do the adult workshops, and he told me that my workshops were far more exciting and interesting than flying a Tornado jet, which I doubt very much, but I will take his word for it. He invited me down to RAF Valley to have a look round, which is very, very interesting, but sadly no flight, which would have been the icing on the cake, I'm sure, if I survived it, of course. The workshops went very, very well. Everyone who attended, again, all took something away. The children were very happy, the parents were very happy, and the centre actually told me that my workshops were the most successful workshops that they had ever run. Which is quite an honour, considering some of the people who've been there. It really is. I then received a call from a place in Castleton in the North Yorkshire Moors, from a photographer called Graham who had just opened the Montage Gallery, and he asked me if I would exhibit. And of course, I love North Yorkshire. I love being in the moors. I love the fact that it was just a hop, skip and a jump to Whitby, where you could go walk on the beach and have some of the wonderful fish and chips that Whitby has. I exhibited there quite a while with Graham, and the sales were always very good. Always very good. In fact, he once told me that I was responsible for so much scrap metal being in the gardens of North Yorkshire, which is a nice thought. Again, that actually people are collecting the work that I do. It's really, really nice, you know, very nice. I then had a call from the Denby Art Gallery in North Wales, and the lady who ran the gallery, unfortunately I cannot remember her name at the moment, but the lady who ran the gallery asked me if I would exhibit there and also in Rill Library at the same time. And of course I said yes, because it was two new strings to the bow, and North Wales is another place that I love being. Although Rill is not my cup of tea, but some people may like it, so I don't wish to offend anyone by that, but it's not a place I would go again by choice. Denby, however, is a beautiful little village, absolutely beautiful. Again, the exhibition went well. I was interviewed by the Welsh National Post, the Denbigh Gazette, and all the comments that we had were really good indeed. Following that exhibition, I received another call, and this time it was most unusual, quite surprising for me personally. It was someone asking if I would do a day workshop on environmental art for children at the International Eisteddfod in Llangollen, again North Wales. And it was the most wonderful day I've ever experienced. The music, the singing, people from all over the world getting together, music making us all one. It was absolutely wonderful watching the dancers from Chechnya, America, Australia, all over the place, and the voices. Some of the singers were amazing. And it is the first time, and to be fair, it kind of blew my mind that people were actually coming to me and asking for a photograph taken with me, and also asking for my autograph. And to me, I was a nobody, and still am a nobody, to be fair. Excuse me, but it did blow my mind that people were wanting that closeness to me. The workshops went well, the children really loved it. We built a huge robot out of scrap metal, and again it got quite a lot of press attention, even from a Huddersfield Examiner, which was my hometown, and the Yorkshire Post, which was excellent. Again, for me, publicity is superb. It really is. Following that, which was one of the greatest parts of 2006, apart from meeting Sir Ken, of course, was it's just a wonderful year. And then closer to home, excuse me, I got a call from a gallery called Pica Pica, which is Latin for magpie, and this was in Thornton, just outside Bradford, which was the birthplace of the Bronte sisters. And I exhibited there for a couple of months in the South Square it was. Again, I had such wonderful comments, great sales, met so many lovely people. It was a beautiful gallery, and sadly, unfortunately, due to extortionate rents by certain landlords, the gallery had to shut, which was such a pity, because so many different artists actually managed to get recognition from that place, and I will always respect them. Towards the end of the year, I received another phone call, and it was a lady asking me if I would be interested in joining the Yorkshire Itinerant Artist Group. And this group were a group of around 30 different artists of different skills, different medias, etc. And the whole idea was to exhibit all over Yorkshire, and in doing so raise money for charities. Out of all the sales that we ever made, 30% of each total sale was donated to a charity of the particular month's choice. And to be fair, the charities did very well out of us, and so did we, so there were a lot of happy people. And I remember one in particular. It was in a place called Kettlewell in the Yorkshire Dales, and I went along, and it happened to be a weekend event, and that particular weekend was a scarecrow festival, and it was so lovely walking round the village and seeing the effort that people had put into making the scarecrows, which were dotted everywhere you could think of in the village, even in phone box. It was really, really good. Anyway, we set up the exhibition in the village hall, and again it was a very busy weekend, lots of people in and out, Lots of people buying, lots of people selling, lots of conversation, and I met some beautiful people during that time. Some lovely artists, just genuinely nice people, and it was a pleasure to be a part of it. On the Sunday of the exhibition, I remember sitting there behind my stall with my sculptures on, and I was thumbing through a book. And as I looked up, I thought, I recognise that face. And as I looked, I realised that it was Alan Bennett, the playwright. Apparently he has a cottage in the village, and he'd come to take a look at what was going on. He stood and spoke with me for a few minutes, asking me basically how I got the inspiration, to which I always say that I see shape and form in everything, and I work along with whatever shape and form that I find. And he was quite intrigued by the work that I do, and he actually purchased a cat, a metal cat that I've made, which I'd entitled Kilmowski. And I assume to this day that the cat will still be there at this side of his fireplace. Again, a lovely guy, very nice to talk to for somebody so famous. No edge on him at all, just like anyone else. A really nice guy. And that kind of rounded off 2006. So we'll wait now for part 6 and 2007. Namaste. Stay safe and stay well. Thank you all for your support, and thank you for listening. I really do appreciate it.